Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my take on our 1-0 home victory against Swansea City. Without doubt, the largest positive is that this win sees us safe, puts us on the 41 point mark, which is more than enough mathematically to make sure we can't be catched by the teams below us, which is great, and I don't think it can be underestimated how impressive it is that this club, as small as it is, manages to stay in the top division of English football. I know it's not been a season of particularly consistent performances by any means, but I think this one was actually a decent performance. I think the players put in effort across the whole 90 minutes. It was a struggle at times, but that's kind of indicative of our whole season, really. And there was some good performances of real commitment. Ryan Fraser ran his heart out, as did Josh King, who was puffing at the end, and rightly so. He ran Swansea ragged. Wilson tried very hard, but I'll get to him in the next section. And there were some decent performances at the back. And Begovic was good in goal, so it was an overall a good performance. It was good enough to beat Swansea. I think if we played that team against one of the better sides in the division, we probably would have been seen off, but we didn't. It was against Swansea, who I thought were quite poor, and we did more than enough to beat them. As I mentioned, Wilson put a lot of effort in, but his finishing was woeful. He had 3 gilt-edged chances, and he couldn't even take one of them. The one at the end, Fabianski, it was a great save to get across, but really Wilson should just be lifting it over him and in. His confidence in front of goal was shot, but he definitely put a real shift in making runs down the channels, getting in behind Swansea a lot, an alarming amount really for Swansea. Overall his finishing was poor, and hopefully he'll get a goal on the last day so he has something to take into next season. And there was some, as usual with us, poor defending despite the clean sheet. Swansea and Swansea's general bluntness in front of goal. They still had a couple of rather presentable opportunities, to say the very least. A couple of which saw Begovic furious and started a mini fight with Francis, which was quite amusing. There was some poor defending, but overall it was slightly better than it usually is. But with that said, we shouldn't have been, a better side would have punished us for some of the moments we had at the back. Probably the clappers given to every fan, although that said, you can't deny that they did create a slightly louder atmosphere than we usually get. So, it's a give or take situation with the clappers or clackers. I can't remember what exactly it is. I know some people hated them. One person ripped theirs up apparently, but one person at the end was collecting as many as he could get and was sticking about 20 or 30 into a bag. So it's I don't think they're evil or the best thing ever, but I can see the advantage of them. It was nice for the fans to have something on the last day, the last home game. I think the final lap of honour where the players go around is always nice, especially, in particular because we'd stayed up. I think there was just a real sense of relief. It was a shame to see so many people leave before the end, for the lap of honour and the awards ceremony, which was effectively the Nathan Ake ceremony. It was nice to see all the fans and the players, come out with their families on a season which has been tough going at times, but they've got over the line, and credit to them. But I think everybody can clearly see that we need some rebuilding in the summer, otherwise it's going to be another struggle of a season ahead. One person got in touch, and that's on Facebook, and that person is David Yates, so thanks so much for getting in touch, David. And he said, should have scored more. Wilson really has lost his finishing ability, but also Swansea could have had a couple. Overall though, much better. I agree with that. It's pretty much what I've said before, so great minds. I think overall it was a much better performance than it usually is, or we've seen a lot this season. We have played well in games and lost, like Spurs wasn't a 4-1 game. Man United we did okay, but Man United were just a bit too good for us. I think overall it was a good performance, and if we played like that, I think across most of the season, I don't think any of our fans would have reason to argue. But the problem is we haven't kept consistent performances, we haven't put consistent selections, consistent formations. It's been a bit of a mess of a season. So with that said, we're very fortunate to get over the line. yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle of a season, but it's over now, pretty much. So yeah. But yeah, that's all for this video. The last home match review of the season. I'll be back next week to review our Burnley away match, the final game, and then I think I might do 1 or 2 videos just talking about the season as a whole, what lies ahead, what needs to be done over the summer, and so on. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. You can also get in touch with AFCB Analysis on Twitter and Facebook. The URL's in this video's description. They're also here in text form. Do get involved, because I do read out pretty much every comment I get on the Have Your Say section. And do subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment, let me know what you think. I'm always welcome. I always welcome feedback. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.